Good evening, Ivan. How are you doing? Ivan, I read your message and I understand that you have your encounter of advanced English too. So it's okay if you check this video tomorrow and you attend your class of advanced English too. Ivan, did you hear me?
Uh, yes,
Okay.
I
Uh,
was trying I'm using the cell phone to this class and I didn't know how to put the audio. Sorry.
no, that's not a problem. It's okay. Uh, I told you that I read your message about your advanced English 2 encounter. And it's okay if you watch the video of this encounter tomorrow. I
Okay.
understand that you need to go to other class. And maybe my proposal for your classmates, if there are many that have the same problem, I mean that they have a different encounter on Wednesdays, will be to offer the encounter on Fridays or on Tuesdays at 6:30. But I will ask your classmates if there are a lot that have the same problem. We might think about changing the schedule.
Okay. Okay. I am free the other days.
All right, good. So I will have that
Anytime.
anytime. I will have that in
Yeah.
mind by the time I ask your classmates.
Yeah. And for now or today, I don't know why the other one isn't start. So didn't start. The other thing is that I can be here with you, but in English we have some exercise that we have to do each one. But when I am waiting for my turn, I can pay attention to your class. That's the idea. Because, for example, if I have to make something on writing, uh, I I do that, but when I end it, I have to wait for the other activity. So maybe I have to wait 15 minutes or something like that. So on that time, I have the time to pay attention.
Well,
That's the idea.
I find it difficult.
Yeah.
I would prefer that you attend the whole advanced English 2 class. Uh, and as I told you, I will ask your classmates if there are many of them that have the same problem or that agree on changing the schedule. We might think about it. If not,
Okay.
I would prefer that you attend your advanced English 2 class and that you watch the video of this encounter, and then report your questions and your comments about the topics that we discuss. But let's see, let's see.
Okay.
I will first, the first thing I will do is to ask your classmates if they agree on changing the
Okay.
schedule or if they have the same problem.
Okay. But for today, I don't know why the other class is not available. And the other thing is that yeah, it's just that I didn't remember what else I was thinking.
Okay, so meanwhile, it's okay if you stay. Okay, Claudia, good evening.
Hello, teacher and Ivan.
How are you doing?
Hello.
How was your day?
Fine, fine. I'm glad to see you again.
Yeah, we finished a class and we started a different one.
Yes, teacher, but it's great.
Okay, good. Well, I don't know what happened with your other classmates, but it's already 8:08, so I'm gonna start the encounter. The idea is to discuss the information that you read last week, and I will be asking you questions about the information that you read. And in the case you don't know the answer, I will explain the concepts for you. So the first question I have here is about linguistics of fields or areas. In previous classes, you've been studying linguistics, but with different approaches. So you've been studying, for example, morphology or syntaxis. Do you remember those classes?
Yeah, but not too
Yes,
well.
teacher.
Okay, for example, morphology, what's that about? Or syntax, what's that about?
Syntax is about the meaning of the word. I don't
No,
remember.
semantics is about the meaning of the word,
Semantics.
and syntax.
Syntax. I'm going to check my files.
Okay,
Teacher, to be honest, theoretical one, it wasn't my best. Uh, I did the homeworks and things like that, but it was so difficult to me to understand.
okay.
Even now, I try to watch again the videos and watch on YouTube about that, but it wasn't easier to me.
It wasn't easy. Well, let's review
This
that very quickly. The idea to review this is because semantics, our class, and pragmatics, that is also part of our class, is part of linguistics. So linguistics studies the language, and we can study the language in different, uh, divided it in different areas. So syntax is about the connection between words to make sentences. Yes, so in syntax we study the parts of the words, the parts of the sentences. So we say that there is a noun phrase and a verb phrase
Mm,
that makes a sentence. We can say that that noun phrase is divided into an article, a noun, and the verb phrase is divided into the verb, a prepositional phrase that starts with a preposition, and a noun phrase that starts with an article and a noun. So syntax studies the parts of a sentence, the functions of the words, so that we
okay.
can classify the words as articles, nouns, verbs, adjectives, adverbs,
Yes, I
right?
remember.
Now you remember. Okay, good. Now, morphology is about the form of the word. So morphology works with words, and syntax works with sentences.
Sentence.
Right. So morphology tells you that there is a word, for example, joy, that has a meaning that is a happy feeling, and that we can make more words with that root, with that basis. So we can make the word enjoy, or enjoyable, or enjoyed, or enjoying, or enjoyful, or enjoyous, right? And that depending on the ending and depending on the suffix, it means a different thing. It has a different meaning. So morphology studies that, the form of the words. So for example, here explains that we have an affix, and then we have a verb, and then we have other affix, another affix. So the root is depend, that is a verb, and we use three affixes to make a noun independently, right?
What mean affixing?
Is that this little part of the word, in, and ent, and li. So those parts make the word, or are used to make a noun that has as a root a verb. And here, these other words, enjoyable, enjoyed, enjoying, has as a root a noun, not a verb, but this time is a noun, that is joy.
Is the core of the word.
Exactly, it's the core of the word. So far we know that linguistics is divided into morphology, syntax, but we have also phonology, morphology, semantics, and pragmatics. So what is phonology and morphology about?
Morphology, semantics, grammatics, syntax.
Yes. Here you have.
Okay. Phonetics.
So we already reviewed syntax and morphology. What does phonology and phonetics study? What do phonology and phonetics study?
Phonetics is about the pronunciation.
Yes, right. So phonetics is about the parts of the body that are related to producing sounds. And phonology is about recognizing different sounds. If there are sounds that are similar, sounds that start with the same sound, words that start with the same sound. Blendings is, for example, when we say, what's that? Yeah, so when we blend, we join the words. We don't say, what is that? And we say, what's that? So those are blendings that are part of sounds. And each letter also has an individual sound. So phonetics and phonology study sounds and how they are how they connect to make words. And the parts of the body that are related to producing sounds and words. Okay, so far we have phonetics, phonology, morphology, and syntax. Now, for this course, you are going to study pragmatics and semantics. what does
Okay.
semantics study?
Phrase and sentence.
Phrases and sentences, yes, but the meaning, right? The meaning
The meaning. Okay.
of those words or sentences. So if we say dog, we find out that a person has a mental representation of a dog, and the other person might have a different one. So, for example, let's look at this one here. So they are eating, right? The two animals are eating, and one tells the other, "So, is this a date?" And the other said, "No, it's a fig." So this animal is that having a date with the other, but the other, for the other, that is not the meaning of the situation. The meaning of the situation is that they are just eating this fig, this fruit, right? So semantics studies what the words mean for people, but also what the words mean as the word, as the concept, the universal definition of a word, so that everybody uses the words to mean the same thing. And pragmatics, what
Okay.
what do you understand about pragmatics?
Is it the context?
Very good.
Pragmatics is the mean in the context.
Exactly. So let's look at this context. We have the word awesome in different contexts. So here a man is talking to a woman and he says, "You look awesome." Here there is other context, two friends. And one says to the other, this beer is awesome. And then two women are talking and they say, this weather is awesome. So according to the context, to the different context, awesome might mean hot, cold, or mild. In this example, for the first context, awesome would mean hot, so sexy. For the
Yes.
second, yeah, hot is a synonym of sexy. So
Okay.
if you listen to a man saying, "Ah, that girl is hot," it means that girl is sexy, right?
Okay.
So in this context, awesome means hot. In this context, the two men
In
also
Spanish,
means cold. That if the beer is awesome, means that it's cold, is good to drink. And in the third context, the two women talking, when they say the weather is awesome, means because it's not hot, it's not cold, so it's mild. The weather is mild. So in the three different contexts, the word also means different things. Okay. Claudia, could you help me to read this cartoon, please?
yes, okay. How much do you want to cut the grass? Not much. I mean, how much money? I mean, I don't want to cut it much. It's a hard language.
Okay, so how much is, it can have that expression can have two different meanings, right? For the man that is standing up, is meaning in that example is meaning money. And for the boy that is sitting, how much means like how much effort will take for him. So he just doesn't want to do it. right?
Yes.
So pragmatics studies the meaning of words in the context and for different people,
Mhm.
depending the role, depending the place, depending on the situation, not just the
Mhm.
word alone, but in context. And for this course,
The
we're going to
the
study.
pra-
Claudia, go ahead.
sorry.
Go ahead.
The pragmatics is linked with the culture
Yeah,
of the country.
exactly. So, for example, in Colombia, we usually have double sense or double meaning for some words, and we make
Mhm.
jokes with that,
Mhm.
right? Um, so for example, North American people don't like that double meaning that we have in jokes. They don't like it.
Mhm.
It's not part of their culture.
Mhm. Yes.
Good. So for this course, we're going to study pragmatics and semantics. Both are connected about meaning, but one is a meaning about not about the context, not related to the context, and pragmatics is related to the context, related to the person, related to the place, to the situation.
Mhm.
Okay. Questions so far?
No, teacher.
Okay. Maria and Paola, welcome.
Thank you, teacher.
All right. So, the idea of the counter is that I will ask you some questions, and if you don't remember the information that you read, I will explain it to you, right?
Mhm.
So we were reviewing like the subfields or areas of linguistics, and now we're going to review the subfields of semantics. Do you remember what are the subfields of semantics?
Yes, yes, of course. I remember. Mm, the lexical, uh, lexical is one.
Right.
Lexical. mm, I wrote. mm, I'm going to check my
Teacher,
notes.
teacher,
Ivan?
lexical semantics,
Yes?
structural semantics, and logical semantics.
Okay. Ivan, do you remember what each one is about? What is
Lexical
lexical semantics
is
about?
lexical is about words. Mm, words without when we are talking about words, but we are not taking in account the context, something like that. I don't remember well.
Okay.
And structural semantic mm, is something that I don't remember very well. Is it was something
All
something
right.
about the meaning, but uh, I don't
Don't
remember.
remember very well. Okay.
The
Paola,
logical is
uh-huh.
about a relationship with the reality and the the sign.
More or less.
And grammatical word, lexical is about the class of items of grammatical words. No, teacher.
No. When a
Yeah.
student asks you, what is a dog, teacher? What does dog mean? What do you answer?
It's an animal.
All right. So you start using other words to describe the one that is a noun. So that is lexical. Lexical studies other words that are used to describe one. So it's circular. We use more words to describe a word. And those words are characteristics or synonyms. So we say that a dog is an animal that barks, that usually has a leash when you walk him or her out, that when they are little, they are called puppy, etc. So you give synonyms. You say that is a domestic animal. That usually people have them like a pet. That is a mammal. So you use more words. You use more words to describe, to say the meaning of one. That is lexical semantics. Now, grammatical semantics. Can anybody please read that sentence?
Colorless, green, ideas, sleep. I can read the other one. Sleep,
Furious.
furiously.
Okay. What is the meaning of that sentence? What is the translation of colorless?
Menos color. Sin color.
Exactly.
Verde.
Ajá.
Ideas.
Ideas verdes. Ajá.
Ideas verdes duermen.
Curiosamente.
Ajá. So it doesn't have a meaning. According to syntax, it's okay. So we have a structure of the sentence is okay. We have colorless green ideas is the noun. Sleep is the verb, and furiously is the complement or the adverb. So according to syntax, the sentence is okay, but it doesn't have any meaning. So the grammatical semantics study the relationship between words that are next to the other, so that they actually communicate something. This one doesn't communicate because colorless is opposite to the word green.
Green.
Ideas don't have usually any color, and ideas cannot sleep. And so that's why the relationship between the words tell us that the sentence doesn't have any meaning. So that's what grammatical semantics study.
The structure is correct, but
Exactly.
the meaning
It's not correct.
is not clear.
Is not clear because the relationship between the words is impossible. The relationship of the meaning of each word is not coherent. There is not a link.
Yes.
Okay, now can anybody please read this example of logical semantics?
Logical semantics presupposition. For example, A. The king of France is bald. B. The king of France is not bald. C. Is the king of France bald? D. If the king of France is bald, he should wear a hat in the winter. There is a king of France.
Okay. So logical semantics studies presuppositions. So when we listen to something and we can connect that, we can infer things, we presuppose something. That's what logical semantics studies. And that if four people are talking about the king of France is because we suppose that there is a king in France. It's not literally written. I mean, it's not literally the sentence. The France has a king is not there. It's not written there, but it can be inferred that there is one king because the four sentences are talking about the appearance of the king. So we suppose that there is a king. So those presuppositions, those inferences are studied by logical semantics.
I don't understand
No,
that.
me too, teacher.
Okay, I'm gonna say it in Spanish. La parte de la semántica que estudia la lógica, estudia las inferencias, cómo la gente infiere información o hace o asume información. Entonces, si tenemos oraciones que hablan sobre un rey de Francia, que puede que sea calvo o puede que no lo sea, nosotros suponemos que hay un rey de Francia. Así no, la oración no diga exactamente, hay un rey de Francia y el rey de Francia es calvo. Las oraciones dicen es, el rey de Francia es calvo o no es calvo, o es calvo el rey de Francia. Entonces suponemos que hay un rey de Francia. Cuando en lo que se dice o en lo que se lee no está explícitamente la información, sino que nosotros la inferimos, asumimos una información, esa información que se asume es estudiada por la semántica lógica.
Mm, Y la semántica lógica abarca también lo escrito y lo hablado.
Right. But the idea of semantics is that it is related not with the context, but only with the word or the sentence, and not with the context. It's very difficult to have the context apart because we always need the context to understand. Yes, but since a meaning is a very broad and difficult concept or topic. So we have semantics and pragmatics, but anyway, they are linked. They are about meaning, and it's difficult to separate them.
Yes. I see. In logical semantics, there is a
Overlap,
overlap with the pragmatic.
exactly. It is. There is always an overlap. When we teach the language, we need a context so students understand the sentences that they listen or read are used in a specific situation. We don't teach, we should not teach the language without a context.
Mhm.
So they are linked. They go together. semantics and pragmatics.
Yes.
Okay, questions so far? All right, I have other questions for you guys. What's the difference between a sentence, an utterance, and a proposition?
The utterance need the quality voice
Yes,
and accent.
yes. The utterance
The,
needs the person.
mhm. The sentence includes words and grammatical rules.
Right.
Um, and the preposition, um, the preposition is about the sentence meaning, maybe.
The core, the core of the, well, let's see the example so you will understand better. So as you mentioned, the sentence is the words that are written
The
there,
word.
that are grammatically correct,
Uh-huh.
etc. So I'm not going to mince my words. That sentence. Now, an utterance, as you mentioned, Claudia, is when a person says that. So this
Mhm.
person is saying twice the same utterance. I'm not going to mince my words. I'm not going to mince my words. So an utterance is when a person mentions that. And the proposition is
Mhm.
the meaning of the sentence.
Mhm.
So means the words is one way to translate the Spanish expression no tener pelos en la lengua.
Mhm.
So when we translate those says, like no tener pelos en la lengua, en boca cerrada no hay no entran moscas, para buen entendedor pocas palabras, well, all those says. So when we try to translate those says into English, sometimes we don't find exactly the uh, same words or the same idea,
Mhm.
right? So the closest word or the closest way to translate no tener pelos en la lengua is means the words. Yes, because there is not an exact word equivalent in English for that expression.
Mm.
If we translate it word by word, it will be, Google Translator will tell you, not having hair on the tongue,
Mhm.
but that is literal. That is word by word, and the meaning in English is not the same as in Spanish. The meaning in English is really that the person doesn't have hair on the tongue.
Mhm.
But what we mean, the proposition, the meaning, the core, the meaning of the sentence is a different one. Is that you are not going to, you are going to say everything, or you are going to say the things in a direct way. That is the meaning of the expression. So that meaning of the expression or of the word is a proposition. And when we find those problems of translation that when there is not an equivalent, we need to think about the proposition, the meaning of the sentence, in order to find out a similar translation. The closest is means by words.
Mhm.
But anyway, we translate that, if we translate tengo que decir al presidente en ejercicio y al comisario que tampoco voy a tener pelos en la lengua.
Mhm.
If we translate that into English, it will be, I have to tell the president in office and the commissioner that I'm not going to miss my words either. That is the closest equivalent, but it doesn't have the same, exactly the same meaning, no, because this is kind of fun. Cuando nosotros escuchamos en español, no, es que él no tiene pelos en la lengua, es chistoso, ¿cierto?
Mhm. Mhm.
Pero si yo lo traduzco al inglés, que lo más parecido es means the words, no va a ser chistoso, porque el equivalente no es el mismo. Falta ese sentido de gracioso que no lo encuentro en el otro idioma porque esa expresión no existe en el otro idioma. Sin
But
Y esto
embargo,
aplica a cualquier idioma.
sí, no siempre se encuentra el equivalente que tenga el mismo sentido, el mismo peso, o todo el sentido de la oración o la palabra.
Y el significado de propositions es solo este, en
For,
lingüística.
for semantics, yes, for semantics, a proposition is to find out the meaning of the sentence or the word. The meaning. The sentence is just the grammatical word, the grammatical sentence, I mean the words that are organized in a grammatical way. Utterance is when the person mentions that, and proposition is the meaning of the sentence.
here, so on that order, the ideas, I make a mistake on the homework because I put in metaphor something similar that you are explaining.
Mhm.
For example, I put fish or could bait, and I didn't see that the mark on title was there. Sorry, but the sentence is fish or could bait. So I put that thinking on that what are you explaining, but I thought that was a metaphor because could fish or curvate is the similar in Spanish to ni raja ni prestaracha or something like that.
Ah, okay. Sometimes
Mm.
have similar translations.
No. It's
Eh,
not similar. If you look up the meanings of that idiom speech, is about that. It's like you are explaining this one. I didn't know that minds my words was the similar of the no tener pelos en la lengua.
es,
Uh,
es la que más se acerca, pero le hace falta el otro sentido que no lo puedo traducir. No es chistoso.
yeah, but my question is that if I put that in metaphor is like a example is a mistake.
So let's review what is a metaphor.
Okay, but I was thinking of that because when I explain to my students that are studying in an English class or in an English course, I used to use this kind of sentence, and I explained that then that the everything that we say in Spanish is isn't have the same words in English, and even you have to look up for the similar thing that explain the idea or go to that point that you want to tell. And now I'm learning that I'm making maybe a mistake.
In your homework. Yes. So that's the idea. To, for example, teaching says, like no tener pelos en la lengua, en boca cerrada no entran moscas. You can teach that idea of meaning in culture. So, for example, no dar papaya. Pues, ¿qué tiene
For
que ver una
example,
papaya con no
an,
dejarse robar?
yeah,
No tiene nada que ver, pero es cultural. So, teaching English, we can teach that too. That there are expressions, says, that don't have an equivalent in the other language, in this case in English. Or the opposite, there are says or expressions in English that don't have an equivalent in Spanish. So we need to find out a similar way express the idea. Like the closest way to say express the idea. Okay, good. So other question for you guys. What's reference and what's sense?
Teacher, hello.
Maria, hello.
Sorry, my internet has many problems. I don't know. For the same side late.
Okay.
I am with my telephone connection.
Okay, the same happens with Ivan.
Yes, I don't know. Really, I don't know. I don't know. Teacher, I don't know. Sense es como like como the language, one relation with the languages, no? Inside.
Inside.
Like this.
Give us an example. Like.
For example, there's one relation between the languages. Sorry, teacher. Today I'm not thinking because I was 4.5 hours in the exam.
In an exam?
Yes. Saber por ahí, just I coming, I'm sleeping, I travel far away. How can I explain? I remember this part because I was thinking this part. Well,
let's review it. If any of you remember, does any of you remember what is reference and what is sense?
Yes, it's between reference. Inside, I don't know how to explain.
Say it in Spanish.
Even in Spanish. I told you today. This test was horrible. I'm blocked. But I just gonna talking about this, I remember.
Okay, well, let's review.
I help her.
Okay, help her, please.
Yes. Please help me.
I help my friend.
Connection again in the way there. I was traveled 9 hours and 4.5 hours in the exam.
Oh.
Okay. Okay, Lily, please help me.
Reference is about the object.
Yes.
The object. And sense is the way I use to express this opinion about the reference.
Opinions about.
Opinion about the object.
Yeah, that is the difference. Now, I'm going to show you other example. I would like you to think about words that you use to when you are when you are with your boyfriend or girlfriend or husband or wife. You usually use different words to address that person.
Honey.
For example, honey,
sweetie,
love, my love,
my life. I missing the Turkish. Sorry.
Good.
In Turkish, what is?
What's the word in Turkish?
My life.
My life.
My life.
Hayatım, tatlı. Tatlı is como sweetie.
Okay, all those words. You use all those words to refer to the person. So those words are reference because they don't mean what they mean for the whole universe, for everybody. So honey is not a person, sweet is not a person, life is not a person, but for you, you refer to a person. So that idea that you have and that you express with those words are the referent. And the definition, the information that everybody knows, that everybody understands about honey is the sense. It's exactly the information, the definition that everybody has. So let's read the example, but probably it can help you to understand that. Ivan, could you please read the example? Ivan?
Totally, teacher. There was a motorcycle with a lot of noise, and I didn't.
Okay, no, that's not a problem. Could you please read what did you see on the screen?
I love you, honey pie. I love you too, babe. Cupcake, sweetie, darling, dearest, love, nugget, hamster far. I'm sorry, did you say hamster far? I told you I have a limited love vocabulary.
Okay, now could you please read this?
Have you seen my cupcake today? Okay, sense and reference.
Mm.
Yeah.
Okay, good. So
Mm,
for the one that is on the right, the man,
mhm,
the referent, the referent is the man for cupcake. But for the one that is on the left, the person that is on the left, the cupcake is just what we know. Everybody knows about the word.
mm,
So that is the difference. So the meaning that a person gives to a word that is not the common one, but is a specific one, a special one, that's the reference. And the meaning that everybody knows about a word is the sense.
This is our personal feelings, or expression things personal. For
Exactly.
example, with my little students, the 3 years, I say to them, when I translation to English, my little chickens, like that. Mis pollitos, algo así.
Exactly.
Everybody knows in the school. I call them like that. Your little chickens. They are playing in the ground. They are in the salon, like that. They know. Well, they know.
Exactly.
So
They know. In that
they
context,
know.
they know that you call the boys or the children that way.
Mhm. Yeah, I understand.
If
Thank you.
you
Teacher,
take,
teacher,
yes, Lilian.
sorry. The sense is the same mean in the context, in the entry of dictionary, the sense.
Yes, yes. The sense
Okay.
is the information that we find in the dictionary, and the reference is the meaning that you give to a word in a specific context with a specific people.
Okay.
You, if
The
you,
personal opinion, for instance.
yes, if somebody who is not familiar with the context hears or listens that you say that Maria says, "Where are my chickens?"
Mhm.
Probably the person is not going to understand because it's
What happened?
not related to the context.
Yes, because
yes.
one day happened with a new teacher, classroom teacher. I come in, hello teacher, where are my chicken? Who is your chicken? She didn't understand. Oh, sorry, you are new.
Yeah, that happens.
Saying
I
this is
think
day.
I think we all have had that experience, so that we use a word to refer to something different that is not what is usually found in the dictionary. So if a person doesn't know you well or is not familiar with the context, is not going to understand. Good. Other question for you guys. What are homonyms?
Homonyms. Hmm.
Have the
Homonyms.
same
Yes.
spelling
I
and
only remember it's from
pronunciation.
Greek. It's Greek, one Greek word, correct? Coming from.
But what is the meaning of that? Like an example of a homonym.
Yeah, I remember. Wait. For example, one cent. No, wait. 1 penny is 1 cent, like that. about money, for example. Se refiere money.
Eh,
Ay, sorry. Again. A penny, pero dice que money, que money. And the form, this is about forms, no? In different meanings. In different meanings, for example, one penny,
different
I don't
meanings.
know. Now, I remember because I give the example. Is 1 cent? I think like that.
It's different
It's
meaning,
money,
but the
cent.
same word. Different meaning,
Yes,
but
yes,
the same
same
word.
word.
meaning.
Yes, one penny, 1 cent.
But no, it's the same.
No.
It needs to be
No,
the
no,
same
no.
Oh,
word. Exactly
The
the same.
same word. The
It's
same
like
word.
what you say, for example, I put that on my homework. So, like a greeting, and when somebody asking you how are you, and you answer so, is something like that,
Yes.
or no?
So
this is mean my homework is no good. I don't know. I remember like 1 cent. Sorry, 1 penny is 1 cent.
No.
Like that.
No,
no, it
no, no,
needs to be
because
the
you
No.
have
same
to
word.
use
Money, no.
the same word to refer to something different.
Mhm.
For example, when you say a file, and a file
Maybe I
is
remember.
It's
like
like in Spanish.
yeah,
Yes.
Ah,
Yes.
a file is something that you have in your computer, but is something that you have in Excel, for example.
ay, my homework. I think it's
So Maria, could you please read this chart?
wait, teacher. Homónimos. Every spruce up your home. Okay, homónimos multiple meanings words. The spruce tree to spruce up. Sweet yourself more as sweet. Wait on the scale the wall. The price is fair, go to the fair. Yeah. Same,
Same word, but
different meaning, but same word.
Different meanings.
exact.
Different means.
So one word
Oh,
can be
my God.
or can be a
Oh my goodness.
This is week, not my week. First of all, there is some, the pro saber. De ti marido, finge matemáticas.
Do you have the grade?
Everybody was Mrs. Salud is very about me. You can say de ti marido, don't think, okay, this one.
when
But you are a Spanish teacher. What happened?
No, what are you talking about? I'm talking about a pro saber. This is effects. I'm crazy about this.
when
Because
would
my
you have
test
the results of that test? Maria, when would you have the results, the score of that test?
I don't know, teacher. I don't want to see the result. I don't know, too much. Very long paragraphs, very long. They want analysis. Too much things. Mathematics is not for me. What is this place?
Well, okay.
But all of that, teacher, all of that, we make the mathematics the team. All of that, coming people from another countries also, from India, Iran. All of that was like that.
Well, okay. Let's go back to this. So, well, homonyms, as you see, is the same word, but it can have a different meaning as a verb and as a noun. So, spruce as a noun is this type of tree, and spruce as a verb is to clean. It's a synonym of cleaning, of clean. Suit as a verb is a synonym of fix or fit. Yes. And suit as a noun is what you wear. Like if you go to a wedding or to a special celebration, you can wear a suit. So scale as a noun is the object that you use to find out your weight. And scale as a verb is a synonym of climb. And fair as a noun is a synonym of not cheap, not expensive. And fair as a noun, fair as an adjective is a synonym of not cheap, not expensive. And fair as a noun is a synonym of, let's say, celebration, let's say.
Feria.
Exactly.
Feria.
Yes. So those are homonyms. Good. Now let's review what is polysemy.
Polysemy is the
Okay, Lily.
one word with two or more meanings.
It's more
Exactly.
to mean.
So not
One
as
word.
Ah, yeah. Yes.
One word.
One word
I remember
with
this.
many.
Pupil. Kiss, no? Like that.
Exactly. Good.
Yes, I think again, Estefania come. No,
Well,
teacher, still the text is not finished. Still says continue as in virtual. October 29. We continue the test. It's very long. Yes,
What
reading,
test?
writing. This is by internet, by
What test? What test?
the
what
effects, prosa ver.
Okay.
This is not finished yet. 4.5 hours today, then after 29 we'll continue.
My God.
Yes.
It's very long. Oh,
So you use they or my. Yeah?
okay, understood. One word with different meanings.
Yeah.
When you are always sure, I am always sure. Hoy, Margarita, hello.
Teacher, excuse me.
Don't worry. I just muted you.
You have to.
Okay. Yes, Maria. So one word, but two different meanings. So in this case, it's not one word that has the same function. So in the previous example, we had different functions as a verb and as a noun. Different functions, the same word. In polysemy, we have the same word and the same function.
No. It wasn't that. It's about
No.
that you put the link, but the link isn't a pair.
Okay.
Not with us.
The same word, but the same function. So in this case, the function is an adjective. So the word bright as an adjective can be used to describe a person, or can be used to describe an object. So we can say that Bill Gates is a bright man and the lamp is bright. And in both cases, we have the same function, that is bright as a verb. Okay, good. Now, what is a metaphor? Metaphor.
Metaphor.
It's a comparison.
Like Spanish, yes.
Okay.
What's a metaphor? Or an example, if you can give me an example.
Wait,
It's a
teacher,
comparison,
I
teacher.
remember.
For example, rainy
I need
cats
help.
and dogs.
Comparison. Paola?
Rainy cats and dogs. Rainy cats and dogs.
Cats and dogs. Yes, that's a metaphor.
Cantando.
So when a person says that, the idea is that it's raining a lot. So we can visualize something that is to compare how hard it is raining and with cats and dogs. Other example.
Como un característico, ¿no? Característico.
It's a comparison, like Liliana.
Comparison.
In my tags, I wrote, I remember, your lips are my favorite candy.
Ah, yes. Where are my? Yeah.
Yeah.
I remember that he said, her voice is music for no.
Ah,
My
Her voice
ears.
is music for her,
For
my
my
ears.
ears. Yes.
His
yes.
ears, I think.
Yes.
What romantic.
Means that he's what for him is very me happy or romantic. Of course, I'm romantic. Of course.
Paola, what
It's me.
about your example?
It's the same like my
It's
No.
romantic.
I'm giving you
Vania.
examples. Sorry, que es que don't remember in this moment. Wait.
Oh my
Too much
goodness.
taste. My neuronas finish. Neuron finish. No more. No. After this
Don't worry,
exam,
Maria. We are done with this encounter too.
after this exam, my neuronas finish. No more. Okay.
You
I
made
know.
me fear about pro.
Yes, me too.
My
I'm
goodness.
scared.
Must say, en el nombre del Padre, del Hijo y del Espíritu Santo. Amén. I really like that. Horrible. Ay.
And then you told us that you had to travel to go to the place where you had to take it, right?
Yes, I traveled from my city to Ankara because Ankara is capital city. For 5.5 hours, almost 4 hours. Then I get accent embassy. But no, it's so far. Then I went to the test, but I drank a Colombian coffee in the embassy.
Estefania, Ankara has problems.
I don't know. Yes. They always have
Yes.
problems. I don't care about them. It's political.
The news say that.
Yes. Today I watched
Yes.
some little bit of news in the bus terminal. Buses, no,
Yes.
it's terminal. Correct, teacher?
The
Bus
stop,
station.
the bus station. The bus station.
Yes, because I couldn't drive there with my bus. Yes, with my daughter. She was with me, giving me support. Really horrible. Lily, you be ready. And Paola.
I know.
You pray to
No.
God.
My
You will
goodness. 2 weeks. In 2
In
weeks.
2 weeks.
In 2 weeks.
Penny.
Well,
Yes,
I
yeah.
couldn't go to the toilet. Toilet.
good news is that you don't have to travel 4 hours to take your test.
Ah,
No.
Just like Maria
No.
did.
Like Stephanie, the poor Stephanie.
ah.
And you know, some persons coming from India and from
Really?
Iran because they have an
Really?
embassy there. No,
Really? Wow.
coming from another countries. Total 9 persons were with me.
9?
But
9?
9. But 4 in the morning and 5 in the afternoon. Girls in the afternoon with me. It has
2 hours in the morning.
No.
And
4 person in the morning. When the
yes,
one
yes,
says
yes.
4 hours.
Yes,
And
yes.
2 person, but the normal is 4 hours, but we spent
Okay.
4.5 hours because the consul is, she is very good. She let to us more time, but no, 4 hours, Lily, 4.
Mhm.
No, 2. In the morning was 4 hours. The first person, the first group. Okay, 2 groups. Morning, people coming from another countries, and in the afternoon, the people from here. People making, I don't know how can I say pasantías, teacher? Pasantías?
That would be
I don't know. Some person are here making pasantías and also
let's check.
studying for 1 semester for externado, from UNAD, some person here. And me, just me from San Buenaventura, no more. Me. Anyway, only I can say, girls, please, you pray.
Okay, I will pray.
Yes, me too.
Okay.
Here we have that is assistantship or internship.
Internship. Okay. Some girls, but they are like me. They finish quickly. They make tick.
And left.
They say, I don't need this. I only just for some of them they say just for 1 diploma.
For the degree.
Only we don't need that. This is kind of this. They make tick quickly. They
And
Teacher,
very left.
left is homonyms. Okay?
yeah.
Yes, I know.
Yes.
Left,
Yeah.
lives, and lives. Correct? Lives and
Yes.
live. Ah,
Yes.
thank you, Lily. You are very good student. Really, neuronas are working perfect. Okay, you be ready. This is neuronas must be ready for the test.
Well, guys, I don't have more information to review with you tonight. Those were like the main concepts that you read for your first task. And for the second task, you need to work in groups of three.
Okay.
Three.
Or two?
Oh, great. Peer, I understand. Peer of the tree.
Yes, two. Teacher, you say two. It's
No,
okay
two. No, no,
two?
no,
I
no,
mean,
teacher. Peer of three.
no,
Three?
I mean you and two more students.
Ah, okay.
Ah, okay.
So groups of three.
Groups. Okay.
I suggest that you watch the videos first because the reading is kind of difficult. So, but if you watch the videos first, that's going to help you to understand better what you will read.
Mhm.
Okay,
Okay,
teacher.
teacher.
Okay.
That's all, girls. So, anyone.
I know. Tired,
So
tired.
we'll meet again next Wednesday.
Okay, teacher.
Okay, teacher.
I don't know what happened with your other classmates. I
I
don't
don't know,
know.
Jorge. Lily,
No.
did you talk with
John,
Jorge this afternoon? I didn't. You know, I was so busy.
John
I don't know,
Jairo
Jorge.
is in the work, so he can come to the class.
I
Okay.
think Jorge is working until 12
I
today.
Yes.
suppose that.
Yes, he is working until
Yes.
12 today. Now I remember.
All right.
Yeah.
Well, a question. Would be okay for you if we have the encounter on Tuesdays at 6:30? Tuesdays.
Tuesdays.
No, teacher.
No, no, teacher, no.
No. In my case, it's not
In our
possible.
case,
No.
no. No.
No, teacher, me too.
We had a
I
project.
can't. Yes.
Okay.
Yes, teacher.
So
No.
hopefully we have more students next time.
Yes.
Otherwise, we might think about having the encounter on Friday. But
Okay, possible.
let's see
Yes, please.
if next week there are your classmates have problems to join the encounter. I will think about moving the encounter to Fridays. But
Teacher,
Ah,
we'll see.
teacher, but the hour is the 8, please. 8 p.m.
Friday could be at 8. Friday could be at 8, but we'll see if next week um, there are a lot of students that have problems to join the encounter. I
Okay.
might ask you guys to change it to Friday. It depends.
okay, teacher.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay, teacher. I
Thank you.
prefer
I am happy.
I
I'm
prefer
happy to see you
the
again,
8.
teacher. Again.
Good. I'm happy to see you too.
Yeah.
Yes,
And you,
teacher.
and if I continue working at San Buenaventura, we'll meet again next year.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay, teacher.
Yeah.
Okay. I hope that.
I hope.
Great.
No, I am sure.
Well, so
Okay.
please have a good night,
You
rest.
too, teacher.
Thank you, teacher.
Forget
Thank you.
about your experience with the test, especially.
This one very bad experience.
About your
My psychology. Sorry,
Okay.
sometimes I miss in psychology is Turkish. Sometimes I some person I say Turkish.
Human.
Sometimes I sorry. Sometimes I miss it. Sorry, really.
You mix the languages.
Yes, also with my mother. Sometimes I was talking with her. She say, "What do you say?" Oh, sorry.
Okay. Well, have a good
Ivan
night.
say
And
they speak.
Ah, yes, we're talking too much.
the guy has a problem with his class, Advanced English 2. So he's trying to attend both classes at the same time. So he's one of the students who have problems to join the encounter on Wednesdays. But well, we'll see if there are more students who have problems. We'll might think about changing the schedule. changing
Yes.
the day. Well,
Okay.
Por favor,
So,
si es después de las 8, lo agradezco.
it could
Porque salgo
be.
de trabajar los viernes a las 8. Por favor.
Lili, pero tú eres propia empleada, tú eres patrón, tú no tienes que
No, el
preocuparte.
viernes no, el viernes no,
Ah,
el
el viernes
viernes
no eres
no.
patrón. Ah, ok. Ok,
Bueno, ahí
ok, lo
miramos
siento.
porque si los demás sí tienen problemas, lo movemos. Si no, si la mayoría no tiene problemas, entonces
No, para mí no, el viernes no.
yo después, entonces, acuerdo con Iván
Ok,
pues trabajar con él.
Okay. Listo.
Ok.
teacher. Ok,
Well,
girls.
see you next week.
Okay, one, bye.
Okay,
Take care,
bye.
everybody.
Take care.
Bye
Bye.
bye. Good night.
See you.
Thank you. Thank you so
Thank you.
much.
Lily, we will speak tomorrow, correct? Lily. Lily. We will speak
No te
tomorrow.
escuché.
Tomorrow. Tomorrow,
Nos
correct?
vemos mañana. En la mañana
Ok.
hay que confirmar
Sí.
con Jorge. Ujú.
Bueno, listo.
Listo. Chao,
Bueno, yo
chao.
estoy libre, pero no vayas a trabajar el
Listo.
día.
Listo. Hay que
Chao.
escribir mucho. Chao.
Ay, no, no,
Bye.
mis neuronas, no.
Sí, hay que escribir mucho, Tefi, ya.
Yo sé, yo sé. Chao,
Chao,
Belias.
chao.
Chao, chao, Belas. Bye,
Chao,
bye.
gracias.
Bye, bye.
Bye.